Everybody, what's going on? Welcome back to The Truth, where today we are going to be talking about, or I'm going to be talking about my opinions on the games that happened, that were played, you know, why I think these teams really won, what really happened. I will get more into that. But yeah, let's just hop into it. First, let's talk about the Chiefs. Congratulations. Oh, we'll talk about the AFC first. First, let's talk about the Chiefs. Congratulations to the Chiefs. They won the AFC Championship fair and square. I think both teams won each game fair and square. There really were no refs that really said, "Oh, they really made a big, impactful play." That really decided a factor in the game. I don't think so. Um, Credit to the Chiefs. They won it. Um, Things I want to give credit for: getting turnovers. Um, they were able to, you know, force Lamar to fumble. A lot of people are blaming Lamar on that. I don't blame Lamar on that. Not yet, at least. I haven't watched the film yet, but like from a watching perspective, it's hard for me to say. I think it was his blind side. It could be the other side that he got hit and he fumbled. It's just like, yeah, pocket awareness has to do something, but it's also like dog came unblocked. Like he literally, well, not come unblocked. He got off the block so quickly and just swatted the ball out. And it's just like, damn, that's tough. But I'll give my opinions on that later. Um, getting into the Chiefs game. Credit to the Chiefs defense. Um, you know they took care of the passing game. Um, yeah, I'm make a take that might be controversial. I don't think the Chiefs' run game was really that good, statistically speaking. I think they averaged like five. The Ravens averaged 5 yards a carry, and my main thing was like, and I'm gonna say this controversially, but it's my opinion. I'm gonna give the Chiefs credit where credit's due. They stopped the pass, they forced turnovers, and they scored enough points. But that offense, again, the Ravens' defense is pretty good. The offense only put up 17 points. Like, we're not gonna see her like the Chiefs also didn't drop balls. They also didn't come up big. Like, you know, so it's not the best look. You'd still expect to at least score 20, at least score like 24, 27 points. You put up 17. I mean, it's out there. Like, that does bring a red flag when you go against another really good defense. San Fran not next week, but the week after. Not this week, but so not this coming Sunday, but the Sunday after. But I'll get into that later. That's a video for another day. Um, Getting into this, talking about as I look through the game, as I look through the stats, which I'm big on saying stats aren't everything. But I was watching the game and then looking at the stats, not really going through the film. The Ravens, I feel like this was a deciding factor, and I was so shocked the Ravens did this. They didn't run the football. They averaged 5 yards a carry, and they stopped running the football. They threw it way more, and it was just like, why are you trying to go do something you're not? I'll say this: the Ravens are better at running the ball than they are passing the ball. Yeah, I'll be confident that. Why did you go away from that? Is my question. Because like even when you were running the ball, and like it's always like the Ravens are gonna run the ball, they still run the ball really well. And there were multiple times in that game where plays were just broken. Credit to the Chiefs' run defense, our run game. I mean, the Ravens, there are a bunch of reps where Isaiah Pacheco just squeezed through a hole and popped off a big one. Credit to the Chiefs' run game on that. I think those were the big factors. Was the fact that the Ravens stopped running the football and the Chiefs ran the football very effectively. Both passing games really weren't there. That's the reason why I think the Chiefs won that game. Will that be turnovers? Yes, turnovers suck, but I mean, how much turnovers play when it was a one possession game at the end of the day? Like the Ravens, their last drive could have easily tied that game up, but they passed a lot. You know, um, and there's that. Uh, Credit to the Chiefs for doing what they had to do and getting the job done. Oh, sorry guys, it's late, tired. Um, Going with, I guess going to addressing the defenses, but I think both passing defenses did not too bad. Really, I say not too bad just because like you look at both these quarterbacks, you look them out the pocket, they scramble like they did during that game. They're gonna make plays. Like it's gonna happen. Like you can't have that. But I mean, like when they did contain the quarterback, I think they did decently well with what was being given. But credit to the Chiefs run defense. But passing defense. Um, Credit to them. Credit to the Chiefs being able to rush the passer. That was a little surprising to me. They rushed the passer so well. They got to Lamar, and that's something the Ravens struggled to do. I'd say a little bit more was being able to really get at Mahomes and hit him and sack him, really take him down, and kind of make him like hesitate. This don't get me wrong. They ran coverages where they blew up plays and stuff, but it was more of, how should I say this? It wasn't their front four really getting there. It was more design stuff. And give the Ravens credit. The Ravens defensive coordinator designing plays, designing blitzes, moving things around. Great for them. And I love the way they're using their defense. But it wasn't with their front four. With the Chiefs, it felt like their front four was really getting after them. With the Ravens, it felt like bringing guys in worked. I feel like that's the key. Is kind of like, hey, we're gonna rush with the guys we have on the line. Sometimes we'll bring some guys, but we're gonna rush with the guys we have on the line and just play coverage. And I think that was also an advantage for the Chiefs, was the fact that, hey, we have more guys in coverage. Um, Getting into the NFC, um, 49ers versus Lions. This was such an interesting game. It really was. I look back at this game and think, dang, 24-7, this game looked bleak. It looked like, it's gonna be one of those games. And then it wasn't. Look, there's nothing else to be said but the Lions choked. And when I was watching that game, I was like, it wasn't. Everyone's like, do you blame Dan Campbell? Do you blame this play? Do you blame that? I think you blame the entire team. I think you blame the entire organization. Like it was a total collapse. At the end of the day, my philosophy is score 28 or more points, give up 27 or less. Yes, the defense crumbled in the second half. I think that's big. The 49ers were able to run. They were able to rally back. They were able to run the football in the second game. They threw the football well. It's going to be. I want to get into so bad about talking about what might happen in the Super Bowl, but I'm going to wait off. I'm going to make 2 videos. I know for sure this week. This one and then another one. I don't know if I'll make a third because I want to save information, my thoughts, my ideas for next week when it's specifically Super Bowl week. Um, with that being said, I have ideas of the videos I might want to make. We'll see what happens. I'm getting off track though. The 49ers did start off slow. Um, Giving up 24 points in the half isn't good. But then again, this Lions team is really good. Like this Lions front is really good when healthy. They are really good. A lot of people are questioning, Dan Campbell going for it. That's their philosophy. I mean, you can't it got them there, so I can't blame him for that happening when he got him a 12-5 record. I think their big problem is not being able to capitalize. Um, for the 49ers, way to rally. I mean, Brock Purdy looked pretty good in the second half. That team looked good in the second half. It's like the 49ers didn't come to play the first half. It was so odd. Because they score and the 49ers score and they have that, and it's like, okay, this is probably going to be a shootout. And the Lions just rip off a big lead. I'm gonna say a take. Honestly, I think if the Lions go for it and succeed, and at the end, like right before the end of the half, where they kick a field goal and start going for a touchdown, if they will win 28-7. I don't think this will open a game. Just because you have so much more. You scored 28 points. You scored 28 points in the first half. You know how difficult that is? That's incredibly difficult to deal with. And then it's like, well, even if they rally back, you score one touchdown, you win. I'm saying a lot of ifs. It's just like I'm just trying to put that ideology of, dang it, it's their fault for going on fourth down. So that's the thing. Is like, well, if they succeed on so many others, it's like it comes down to, I think, when you do, because there's this big debate. I'm getting off topic, but there's this big debate of when you go for it, when you're not. Where the analysts say, what does that say? Look, it really is, when do you go for it? I feel like that was probably the Lions' biggest weakness, is when on offense, is when should they have gone for it, and defensively they need to capitalize half. You can't play a half of football and not play the other half. You got to play both. Um, and same goes for the 49ers. I like what the 49ers did. I like what Debo does, and it is obvious that like when Debo's in the game, it's a completely different offense than when he's out. Credit to Elijah Mitchell for scoring that touchdown. Um, there are lots of things I want to see Nick. I want to see Bosa and Young really get comfortable in this defensive line, because when they both get comfortable, I think it's gonna be such a dangerous D line. I want to see if they're gonna have that for the Super Bowl. Um, I loved how Brandon Ayuk's come this season. I think he's someone who's kind of a little underrated, who's played amazingly. George Kittle, great season. But they just played they played like a team in the second half. I think that's what worked. Is one team played the opposite and one team did the other. I think that's what really worked for both those teams. And like I said before, I think both teams deserve the win. Did I think these two teams would be in the Super Bowl? One of them, yeah, but the other, no, and that's okay. I think they both deserved it, though. A lot of people are. Because what I want to say is basically what I've said, but I feel like there are topics that I need to address. A lot of people are hating on the Chiefs and Taylor Swift. I feel like that's more of her dating Travis Kelce and them just being on the Chiefs. A lot of people are hating on the Chiefs, and I don't think it's fair to hate on them. You're hating on a team who's succeeding instead of hating on your own team who's not. I think there's enough to be said. You're jealous. Like, as a fan of football, you got to say, hey, why aren't you doing this as an organization? You have to attack your own organization. Don't attack others. That's what bullies do. Bullies attack others. While leaders look at themselves and they go from there. Like, I'm not saying, oh, you can't talk smack and all that. There's a difference between talking smack and kind of just going after a team. And look, the Chiefs are the new Patriots. Like, that's obvious. But I don't think they deserve the hate. It's my opinion. I don't think Patrick Mahomes deserves the hate. I think Travis Kelce deserves the hate. If you're going to hate them for what they say. Hate them for what they do, not how good they are. A lot of people said that this Super Bowl isn't going to be interesting. I might go the other way. I think it could be a very fun Super Bowl, like it was the last time I met them, like the Chiefs did last year. It's going to be really interesting to see what these teams will do. I'm jumping ahead, trying not to, holding back, doing my best. But those are my opinions on it. I'm trying to think of what I want to say that I'm not going to talk about, because I've just now in recording this video have come up with an idea for another video to come out tomorrow, but I'm holding off. I'm trying to hold off on it and say, let me just save it, because it's going to be a fun topic. I think a lot of people are going to like to talk about it. Holding back on it. I am holding back on it. What can I say that? Look, I'm, I kind of stand on this. Now that I'm thinking about it, I kind of stand on this take. Look, you can pass the football, you can run the football. There's just statistics that state both on which will help you win a game and that. In the playoffs, though, I think it is the team who plays with the most discipline and runs the football the best will win the game in the playoffs. I think that I can say about that. I don't know about in the NFL regular season because there are a lot of factors. There's so many games. There's so many of this, so much of that. But teams who can run the football win football games. They win playoff games because you know why? It's hard. Because you can play chess mindset and you can go back and forth. We've seen that. There's documentation of that. That goes on every game. But it's hard to go and say, we're going to have to strap up and just play some hard nosed football and just stuff the run. The Ravens didn't do that. The Lions didn't do that in the second half. I mean, don't get me wrong, there are multiple things that went wrong for the Lions, but the major thing for the Ravens was they couldn't stop the run. They couldn't stop Isaiah Pacheco in that Chiefs running game. You gotta be able to run the football. Gotta be able to run the football. I'm not saying it has to be your identity. I'm saying you gotta be able to do it. I think we value. I think we devalue the run game too much in the NFL. And that's something that needs to be addressed. But thank you all for watching. I know this is kind of a shorter video, but I did want to make this video, let it out. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know what y'all think, and I will talk to y'all next time.